I need to start this video off by saying that if you have any type of long-lasting trauma, you need to seek professional help. All right, it's not a suggestion, it's a full-on requirement, because we're not trying to help you after you have a crisis or after, you go too far. It's about preventing that, all right, preventing you from going down that gorge, okay? This is a situation about a YouTuber, streamer, whatever you want to call it, called Lacari. And in the days of yore, when I was not a streamer, for the 3 months that I've been a streamer, I actually knew about this guy. I saw a lot of funny clips about him in Dark Souls or, game raging and stuff. And to hear his name again, especially in this, is just completely shocking. So, on a stream, he opened a notepad document and it literally had material that alluded to child sex abuse, okay? Of the pornographic nature. Unacceptable. All right, we're all human. We all know how that is, okay? And he continued streaming and tried to downplay it. This is his words. And it's just not good at all. It's not a good situation, but it just goes a little farther than that, because he is now, legend to his tweet, he's seeking help, which is good, okay? It's very good that he's hopefully found the courage to actually go out and know what he's doing is wrong and try to fix himself because of that, because everyone needs to try to strive to be better, and all we can hope is that just hopefully there was nothing done firsthand by him at the very least, at the very least, that's all we need. And it's just an awful situation. And you'll see there is a video by his ex called QUQCO, okay? Take a look for yourself what she talks about, okay?
Imagine telling your ex that you got diddled as a kid by a family member, and then finding out on the World Wide Web that's the sick shit he jerks off to. And now you question every interaction with him, thinking, is he getting off to the ideal?
And see, there you have it. So, Lacari's ex, going on saying, from a kind of detached perspective of, imagine telling your ex that you went through traumatic experiences of the sexual nature during developmental years. And for those of you who don't know, it is very largely studied, if I'm not mistaken, that there's a very big correlation of people who've experienced sexual abuse and those who actually later commit it. Something, the way trauma rewires your brain, it's very fucked up. The way everything kind of gets messed up, right, in the psyche whenever trauma gets involved, right? And so it just brings up more layers to this, and it is just all around a very disturbing situation to look into, because just when you break it down to brass tacks, right, you see he had content and links to content labeled, right, and it was alluding to those very explicit documents and maybe images, content, I should say, of the pornographic nature once again, right? And one can only hope that this is just the very start of maybe some depravity, right? Because if it's, it's the phrase, nip it in the bud, right? If he is genuinely seeking professional help, as he claims, then this is a very good move on his part, because it allows him to hopefully just cut that off before it has any chance of reaching any sunlight, okay? Because it's very good to just cut that off. It's very good to not have it at all in the first place, but once again, there's a lot of factors in play. There's severe mental illness at stake right here, especially considering the trauma and the correlation that's been, observed a lot in psychology. So what you need to do is just hope to God that there was not more underneath the surface. We just gotta hope that all that we've seen right there is all that there is, okay? But you always gotta take that with a grain of salt, because imagine a document that he had open during his stream picture what he has, hidden, right? But I'm not here to make any blame, allegation. I'm not fully involved in this situation. I'm a new streamer, just trying to get out more out there in the world of streaming and know what's going on. And all that I can say confidently is just please, please, if anyone you know has any type of struggling in the sense of whether it be sexual, just traumatic in general, right? You need to please be there for them as a first step. As a first step, be there for them, okay? But later on down the line, if it starts affecting them more, they need professional help, right? We can only hope that Lacari is genuinely, fulfilling what he's asking through here. It could just be another PR move of just trying to fix everything, right? Because you never know. But as it says in his tweet right here that I'm going to read, it says, during my last stream, I opened Notepad, which revealed a link. The list in the link included titles that suggested child sex abuse material further down. I have never consumed this type of content, nor do I think it's acceptable. There it is at the start, the statement, right? What he's alleging, or what he's, stating with regards to his standing on the type of content. I decided to keep streaming in an effort to downplay the severity of the situation, which was deceptive, okay? Right, acknowledging fault. This was a mistake that I deeply regret and apologize for. Of course, the apology feels like every streamer eventually does one. The link gave access to abusive material for anyone to see. This is serious and harmful. I recognize that trivializing abuse material on stream is not okay and can lead to real harm. It's my responsibility to provide a safe space for my community and peers in which I failed to do. I am taking real steps to change my ways. I've admitted myself into a porn addiction recovery program that will last 30 days. During this time, I'll be able to work out there and while also receiving professional therapy and treatment for my addiction. Browsing hentai and porn websites as an escape has been a serious problem for as long as I can remember. This treatment will come with an indefinite hiatus to my live streams to allow myself to focus on recovery, so I can hopefully contribute to a net positive to society. In the end, if what he's saying is genuine right here, I believe that that's a good thing, okay? If he's genuinely taking steps to improving it, and, just that last sentence says a lot. It's be a net positive to society. If that is what he's being truthful about, then I believe that that is a good step to take. Of course, you can't always assume the best. You can't always assume the worst. You always gotta assume reasonably, okay? And I do have to, put in my input on the matter of when it comes to pornography in specifics, right? For a lot of people, it was just having unrestricted internet access, and at a very young age, you were just like, I wonder what boobs look like. And then you just type that away. And then it is the purest definition of a downward spiral, all right? Then you just start seeing more and more and more explicit content. And then what you're trying to do, it's like drugs, you're trying to get that high again that you got when you first saw that inappropriate image. And then a lot of people, right, the way that they see that is that I need more taboo explicit content. I need more depravity. Okay? And it seems all of the warning signs, if I may. I don't like using that term too much because it's there's more nuance to it, but all of the signs that would allege to someone possibly going down that path were applicable to Lacari in this situation, which is why we need to do the utmost important thing of not letting this happen with more people, okay? Stay in touch with people that, you care about, okay? And please just keep tabs on people that are struggling. It's so easy to find people struggling in their own ways and just support each other, okay? In all, I just deeply hope that this situation does not turn out to be worse than it already is, okay? I deeply hope that it does not get worse because that would just be the net negative scenario resolution to this. And in the end, all I have to say, it's just we need to hold each other accountable for the cognitive biases in our life that we don't know take hold, such as trauma. Okay? So, take care of yourselves. And the whole situation is absolutely insane. I like it's what a time to start getting into the streaming world. It is something else. So take care everyone, and see y'all in the next one.